Hello, Brother Sewing and Crafting family. Angela Wolf here, and I'm so excited to see you. Okay, I don't know why we always talk about the weather, but today it is rainy and cold. Last week it was 95 and hot. So I don't know what is going on in northern Michigan, but it's a little crazy. So getting ready for the 4th, though. How are you all? Well, speaking of the 4th, oh, I said, speaking of the 4th, let's bring up Kim, and I hear a double. Actually, it was YouTube playing because we're streaming on YouTube and Facebook, and that was just a little glitch there. Hey, Kim, we're talking about the 4th, and I'm so excited to see what you're working on because your table looks like a show.
Well, door number 1, door number 2, door number 3. So it does, and I'm so excited. I love, this is the SP1 printer, the Sublimation Printer. So I couldn't wait to get it. And then I got it, and then I didn't have the heat press and all the stuff. So it was so exciting, like getting all this new stuff. And then I realized, well, for you, Angela, I need more space now. So, but you know what? It's fine. It's been a lot of fun. So I'm actually just kind of getting started with this. So you all are probably going to be at about my same level. I'm reading the directions. I'm doing everything, step by step, following the directions. I have made some mistakes, which I'll share with you, of course. And so I'd like to start out with just a little show and tell, maybe. And then I'll back up and start showing some of the things that I've actually done and how I did it. So up behind me here, there's some sublimation. There's some sublimation aprons for the 4th of July. I made this one in the app. It says, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. And I was able to change the color on each of those lines. This top one's very light, but it does say I scream. And then I was able to do this. This one's a built-in design. Can you see it?
Oh my gosh, Kim, yes, I can see it. And you just made me think of something. I just got back from the grocery store and my ice cream's in the car. So I'm putting you up and I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. That's good, Angela. Go. Here's another one. Pardon me. I've had bronchitis for a month. Land of the Free because of the Brave for the 4th. I was able to get sublimation, cooking mitts, and hot pads that say "Don't Panic." I don't know if you can actually see that. Excuse me. So this is a built-in design from Art Sparrow. I did a bunch of t-shirts. Enjoy the summer holidays. I made this little glass cutting board. It says freedom isn't free. There's the back of it. They come with these little rubbery dots, so they won't slide on your cutting board. But this one is this is gorgeous. I just bought these online. It comes in a set of 6, I believe. And they're very, very reasonable. You can just go in there and put whatever you want on there and just put it in your heat press and there you go. And then I made this set of towels in the sublimation printer. These are polyester sublimation washcloths and towels. And then my son, who's a graphic designer and a fisherman, sent me this picture of, I think this was trout skin. I wish Angela was here. She could tell me what kind of fish skin that is. And then they're going actually on a kayaking thing this for the 4th. So I made them this kayaking little thing. And these came with the metal straws, and it also came with a little brush, to go inside of that. And it came with a little rubbery bottom. So you can go online and find all this stuff. So when you're looking for something online, just make sure that you type in the word sublimation blanks. Otherwise, if you just go get like coffee cups or, you know, the little drink things, they're not going to have what you need on them. You have to have a sublimation blank. It has to be, I think, like 70% polyester at least. And sometimes when I type in sublimation white t-shirts, they show me white t-shirts, but they're not, like, they're 100% cotton. So just skip those and just get the other one. Angela, what kind of fish skin is that?
Oh, let me look.
My
Well, by
son
the way, you
what?
saved my ice cream. I literally got back from the grocery store like 2 hours ago, and
Oh.
I know. Thankfully, it's cold out and not 80 because my vehicle would be a lot. Let's see what kind of fish skin that looks like. Looks like maybe a salmon, or maybe a tarpon. It looks like a snake, actually. Let's ask the fans.
He takes pictures of his fish and then crops the skin. He's making a big skin for the front of his refrigerator with steel head. You know how they're polka dots. But anyway.
Oh, nice. I love that.
So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've been able to kind of share our stuff here. Oh, and I forgot to show you, Angela, we were talking about my dog. I made him a little scarf for the 4th. We're going to have a bunch of people here. It says, I'm a little firecracker. I sparkle when I barkle.
Hey, speaking of, is it Joey? Is that the name of your dog? Joey?
Joey.
So for everyone watching here, they're on the craft side right now. We're on the Brother Crafts side. But on the last time you were on the sewing side, you made this really cool dog toy. You all can go back to that episode. I'll find out which one it is and drop it in the comments. Did did it hold up? That's the big question.
It held up.
Really?
Good. And my son and daughter-in-law were here last week. They stayed all week. They brought their dog, Lily, who's part boxer, and she's a chewer. Like, she can go through door, everything. And she has not destroyed hers yet.
Wow. Okay. So my brother's dog's name is Lily and chews everything. So I either need to get on the bandwagon and sew one of these or have them do it.
Yeah, have them do it. But anyway, yeah, they're holding up really, really well. And it's one of those real tough toys. And all it is like old towels and stuff inside and the denim and the heavy seams. And that's the favorite throw toy because it has a knocker on the inside because I use the little tins from my coffee with an empty thread spool inside.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
And it's like knocky, and so that's the good throwing toy outside. So
I'm going to find that episode while you're going through your lesson today, and I'll drop it in the comments because that was ingenious.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, Angela, I did a little run through on just some of the things that I've been working on here. And let's see, wait, where did that other thing go? Oh, I had it right here. Just a minute, I should have found, oh, here it is. So this is kind of how I've been working through things. So when you go on the app, this was out of the illustration menu, this little zebra. I just love this little zebra. So I brought in this little zebra. I was able to duplicate it 4 more times. So I had 6 of these. And I put it on the front of this tote bag.
Oh my gosh, that's cute.
Isn't that cute?
Oh yeah.
So this was before the 4th of July theme came up. But I still have the back. Oh, I'll show you the paper. So I just taped it together because I could have reversed them, but I mean they weren't in the order. So anyway, I just cut them apart and taped them back together. I laid it on the front of the tote bag, lined it up with the bottom, put it in my heat press, peeled it off, and I think it came out great.
That is absolutely adorable.
Isn't that darling? So now, though, I want to add this last little guy. So I'm going to do it again. I'm just going to put him right here at the edge. And I have my tape ready to go. You have to have this heat-proof tape to tape everything down. And then in the app, it's going to be backwards for you. It automatically reverses it for you. But it says, embrace your inner zebra. Be your own self. You're the only you there is. So I'm going to put this on there. And I have all my tape here so that I don't have to hold the tape thing. Okay, I'm going to stick that on there, stick it on the back. And I have my heat press set up already. It's already heating. So I'm going to slide it out. Lay it down there. Make sure there's nothing else stuck to it. There we go. All right. This is how simple it is. It comes out of the printer. It's counting down now. There's a little counter on this one. I assume they all have a counter on them. Just get the one that works for you. I just got mine online. I did some research. And 16 seconds. It's just going to count down. And
Kim, while you're pushing that down, someone's just asking, they know it's not a Brother product, but you said just do an internet search for which one suits you, the size, the price.
Right, exactly. See, this one automatically lifts up. You can pull it out. Yeah, there's all different levels of it. I mean, you know, you'll find one that you'll like. This is just the one that fit me. And I like the color of it. I thought the color was very pretty. Okay, so now, all right, you know what? I don't think I gave it enough time. I should have had some more time on this. Oh no, you know what happened? All right, I'm going to show you, because I'm going to show you my mistakes anyway. While we were talking, this cooled off. So you see it's not very dark. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to heat it back up. Okay, I'm going to give it a few more minutes. Sorry about that. And speaking of mistakes, I'll show you some of the other mistakes. We're going to let that heat up just for a little bit. Okay, so
we love mistakes because then we know what not to do.
Yeah, okay. Don't do this, okay? Don't do this. So the first mistake that I made, which kind of worked out okay, is that I was making the glass cutting boards. And normally the program automatically, reverses it. And I wasn't paying attention, and I forgot that when this goes on, it's actually coming through the front as you would see it. So there's in the settings, you can switch that off. So this first one came out backwards. So, I mean, I don't know how the iPad camera is reversing it, but when I'm seeing it, it's backwards. So I shouldn't have flipped it. I shouldn't have, I should have turned that off. So the second one is fine. There, here's the second one. So you can see the difference.
Oh, yeah.
So just watch, pay attention to what you're putting it on. Almost everything you're going to want to just mirror image or, reverse it, flip it. But this particular one, the good one we're going to use. This bad one is now my hot glue thing, you know, you can put your hot glue down on it because it pops right back off. If you glue.
You mean you're one that you don't need?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, my second mistake. The first time I did a ceramic mug, I put it in my heat press. It says be real careful where you position the handle because it's going to clamp around like this. And I had the handle too far over, and when I shut it down, the handle came off. So now I have a pencil cut.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I told you, you know, we're kind of at the same level here. Okay, it looks like this might be ready. So let's try it again. Fingers crossed. Let's see. I didn't really make a whole bunch of mistakes, but those were two of the big ones. So yeah, those
There
were
is
the
a
big
question for you, Kim.
Yes.
Your one thing that you held up that is now your glue gun case.
Yes. Yes.
Is that glass? Zena wants to know, is
is.
that on glass? Or how did you do
It
that?
is. It's like textured glass. It looks like ice. It's beautiful.
Wow.
It was in a sublimation blank search. I was looking
Okay.
for cutting boards, glass cutting boards, sublimation, and they come. Let me grab one for you. I'll show you what they look like.
Yeah, I'm curious too, Zena, because that I've bought gifts like that for family, you know, that have their name, or I used to have one that had wolf on it. They're expensive, but
They
how
are.
awesome to be able to do this yourself. So did you actually heat press onto that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me show you this first. Okay, so this is what we put on.
All right, back to the bag.
The zebra bag. Here we go.
Oh my goodness. That's so cute.
Now you can only use these once. So once it comes out of the printer, it's done. So, you know, just toss it, or it's not going to work the second time. So here's what they look like. I got a set of 6. They come in a nice box, which is nice to put it back into when you gift it. And here's the little dots for the back. And then this is what it looks like. Here's the front. Can you see the texture?
Yeah.
And then the back, where it's like white. It's kind of like a cloudy looking white, and that's where you're going to put the print. You're going to put it right there and tape it down. And if the print is bigger than the cutting board, you're going to want to put some paper or something down on your surface, you know, of your mat, so it doesn't mess up your mat. But you'll just do it for the allotted amount of time. It'll tell you. This particular one, I wrote it on the box so I wouldn't forget. This one is 150 or 355 degrees for 300 seconds. So, and don't reverse it because it'll come out backwards. So, yeah, I mean, you can put you can put photographs. The first one I did of this was a picture of my husband sitting on the, we did like a reindeer sleigh ride, and the reindeer came up right next to him. So I had a profile of the reindeer and a profile of him with his ski mask on, and we're sitting in this sled on vacation. And I did that picture because it looks like it's on ice. It came out amazing. I was so excited. And it was reversed, but I didn't care because there was no writing in it or anything. So, yeah, so look it up. I mean, you can find all kinds of stuff. You can get coasters. You can get baby blankets. You can get onesies, all kinds of things to do your sublimation on. I'm just working with stuff that I had sort of handy and that I could order real quick and get it very, very quickly. What was I going to do next? Oh, the first one I did was for my daughter-in-law. We went over. I live in Ohio, and I used to live at South Bass Island at Put-in-Bay, and so she wanted to see that. She's been with us for 10 years, and we never took her. So we had a nice day. We went over to Put-in-Bay with my mom and her husband, and we got a golf cart. We took pictures. So when we got back, we looked at the pictures, and my daughter-in-law said, "Oh, we look like rich people going to Put-in-Bay on the golf cart." So I did a T-shirt for her with their picture on it, and then I put "Rich people go to Put-in-Bay," and I put the date, and I gave her one of these T-shirts. So it was just funny. So this is the one I made for summer. Enjoy the summer holidays. Again, it's 100% polyester. They do come in a package. They're really super wrinkly. I mean, it looks like somebody, twisted them and stuffed them in this bag. So you'll have to use your heat press to press all the wrinkles out first. But this was this is a built-in design in Art Spira. I just selected that. I selected the design. I changed the size of it, hit print. And when you hit print, you can also hit heat guide right under that, and it'll give you a list of soft things, hard things, glass, fabric, polyester fabric, whatever, and you touch that and it'll tell you how to set up your presses. If you're doing a metal or a ceramic or a soft fabric, or a tote bag, things like that. So there's a lot of, help on the app that's going to get you through some of this stuff. What I've also discovered is sometimes I like to make extra parts. So when I was doing these, I started just printing. I had fun playing with the printer. So I printed one for this little cloth. And then for this one, I printed two and cut it down the middle and overlap them. See where the two vines come together?
Oh, good idea.
Right in the center. I thought that was fun, but I did make a bunch of extra ones. So I have the extras, and the extras are nice for like if you're going to test something out and just see how it looks. Also, save your broken stuff and your mistakes, because you can repress this and see what it looks like, see what your spacing is like. This one was also a mistake. I didn't have enough heat on or enough time or something. This is right at the beginning. And I ended up keeping it anyway because it came out real pale on the background. So I thought, what the heck, it'll just be a nice background texture. So I did this morning and just it says Soul of a Mermaid, and it has kind of a shadow behind it.
That's cute.
So it's still kind of pretty. You can find stuff on, you can take things off of like clip art, different things like that. Just save it into your photo files in your, in your camera. Where's that plain one? Here it is. So another thing to remember when you're doing these is you're not going to want to have your fingerprints and stuff on there. So you want to have some alcohol and a lint-free cloth. And you just want to wipe it down real quick and make sure that your oils aren't on there. For the fabric, it's not so much, but for these shiny, like the back of the cutting board, things like that, make sure that you clean off any finger oils. And then, let's see, where'd my pen go? Need some more tape. So I keep my tape on the back side here, so I don't have to fiddle with it. And I've kept a bunch of these little pieces. And I'm just going to collage these on here. Oops. Touching it again. So you can collage them on. You can use names, you can use birthdays, you can use photographs. I would love to do a photo, like a photo collage on these. And once you make the design in the app, you can just save it and just keep repeating that over and over again. And you can make a whole bunch of them for your whole family.
So Kim, you do have a couple questions on that too when you get a chance.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I'm just taping away here. Go ahead.
Okay, so Zena wants to know, can you reuse or reprint the images that you print out?
You can reprint them, but you can't reuse the ones that you've already heat pressed onto something.
Right. Because it just
Is that the question, Zena?
I'm pretty sure, Zena, but if that's not, then just retype that up a little bit. And then Diamond. Oh, Diamond, I hope you cool off too. She said it's hotter than crazy down there. Well, Diamond, be glad you didn't leave ice cream in your car for 2 hours, because your car would be a hot mess right now in case you missed the beginning. That's what I did. But all right. Thankfully, Kim, you know, I'm always gracious. You've got ice cream written on. It's like you're my soulmate. All right. Did the surface of that glass have to be coated to make it sublimation ready, or was it already ready that way? You purchased it that way, but did you have to do anything to it?
I purchased it as a sublimation blank, so it came ready to go.
Okay.
And it does have something on there, and I don't know why, but it's white. And then once you print on it, the picture comes through, and you can see on mine, like the white around it stayed where there wasn't a picture.
Got it. Perfect.
So I don't know. All right, I'm going to do this one now. I've taped on some of my little leftover bits. I'm going to put it into my little cup thing here. And this one, it doesn't go all the way around. There's like an open space in the middle. Oops, I have to tighten it up a bit. And so I'm going to have to turn it part way. Come on. So this is just tightening it up because this tumbler is a lot thinner than that coffee cup was. So you have to keep your pressure consistent. Oh, almost there. And there's
while you're doing that,
yeah.
Susie and a couple people were saying, of course, it's not a Brother product, but they still have to find the presses. And you said kind of do a search. But the one thing that's unique about the press you're using there is that it has different, what do you call it, modules or different presses?
So there's different kinds of vessels that you can do. You can see like this one is tapered. So this one came with these different little, the little pressing parts that are in here that squeeze it. It heats this up and squeezes it. So this one has 7 different shapes. Some of them are tapered, some of them are small. There's like a shot glass size. There's this long one that I'm using for this tumbler. So yeah, there's all different ones. Some of them are very inexpensive and they only do a coffee cup. They do one size of like a ceramic coffee cup. If you want to do a lot of different things, just keep searching. Once you search, you know how they come up. You'll get them for ads for these things for the rest of your life. But I just chose the one that kind of fit what I wanted to do the best. And I wanted a lot of options, obviously. I want it all. So, okay, here we go. I think we're good. All right, it's 180 seconds. So I haven't used all the other presses yet. I haven't used the one for this yet, but I have used the coffee cup. I made my daughter-in-law also a cup with a picture of our dogs on it, looking out the front door. That was a really cute picture. So I made her a coffee cup with that on it. So that worked out really well. Came out so pretty. I do save all my little bits and pieces because I'm cheap. And let's see. While that's working, let me show you some of the things on the app that we can do. Let me get to that real quick. I've got 137 seconds.
And for anybody that's new here, she's talking about the app Artspira. I'll drop a link below. And there's a free version. There's also some paid versions, but definitely download the free version and see what you got on there because there's a lot of cool stuff.
There is. So here's my app. And I'll just show you some of it's searching now. So you can go, there's embroidery designs in here that you can send to your machine, cutting for the scan and cut, printing designs. So we can use printing and sublimation right now. And there's a lot of different things under each of those. There's also projects that you can look at, design templates that you can look at. And this is the really good one under education. There's the basics. And you can get the basics of all these different projects like sublimation. Here's the basics of sublimation. And there's all these little videos that have been done for you. This is how I learned how to do quite a bit on here. And they're just like 3 and 4 minute videos. There's also printing, getting to know your machine, the basics. And this covers the other printer that we have as well, the Print Moda. So there's a lot of education in here. But when you want to start a new project, you go to New and make sure printing is highlighted, and then touch Design Editor. You choose the paper. I'm going to leave it on Portrait and say Done. And now I can bring in a color, a pattern, an image, or one of my patterns, which I haven't saved in here yet. But I can go to Image. I can go to All Photos. A lot of these I've downloaded. So I go to my download file. There's the fish skin.
I love that one.
I love it. Here's some of those other ones that I saved. Here's the mermaids that I saved. There's this one. All right, I'm going to turn that off. I'll be right back. Stop. You're supposed to have some nice heat-proof gloves. I haven't gotten to that yet. So I use my scissors.
You make me laugh so hard. We just got scissors. We got it. We're done.
Well, I'm not burning myself. So, and now with this up here, I can touch T for text. And now I can write whatever I want and say Done. And then I can touch text again and write a second line if I want to and say Done. I can touch that. Hang on. There we go. So this is, I highlighted. You just tap which line you want to work on. I'm going to change the color so we can see it better. And then you touch the little check mark. Now it's going to look different if you have an Apple or an Android. This is how mine works on Android. So now you can see the typing. I'm going to touch my little check mark. And now I can go back and see what's highlighted right there. I can change the font automatically just by touching, just by touching the next font that I want to see. I can touch Done. I can move it. I can duplicate it. I can size it. So there's, this is so versatile. When I did here, I'll show you the project I did for my daughter-in-law. Let's see, let's get out of here. I'm not going to save it. It's going to ask you, do you want to save it? I'm going to say no, don't save. Okay, now I can send it to the printer. If I say print, it's going to start printing it. Here's the heat guide right here underneath. If I was going to print that now, there's the heat guide. If on the polyester fabric, a t-shirt, a tote bag, a towel, a cushion cover, cloth, or socks. There's all the different ones that are there for you. Okay, I'm going to discard that. Now I'm going to go to my creations. And these are the ones that I've saved. You can save up to 100 different designs. See, I've only got 30 in there now. Here's the ones that I've done already. These were the ones I was going to do on another shirt. Here we are.
That's cute.
Isn't that cute? It's like Thurston, Howell, and Lovey, right? See how it automatically reversed it. But if I was going to put this on a cutting board, I would turn that off so it didn't mirror image it. But now it mirror imaged it, so when it goes onto a t-shirt. But I mean, it's just adorable. I mean, think about garden flags that you can do now, and baby shower things, and wedding flags. You can put those little sidewalk flags all the way down the sidewalk into the wedding, and actually put pictures of people on it. It's just so much fun. I love this machine so much.
So many fun things.
Too many, yes. Okay, so.
Hey, Kim, yes. There's one quick question while you're over there. And Deborah, I'll try to answer that not on Brother's thing you can message me to. She wanted to know what your mug press was. Zena dropped in the comments what her heat press is. The mug press is a little different, but if you message me, I can send that to you. Somebody was asking about that cutting board again, the glass cutting board. Did you just use that green heat press that you have there, or did you have to have a special heat press?
No, I used the same one.
Great.
It just took a long time at a high heat. That was the only difference. And I just read the directions that came with it, with the cutting board, because it was for sublimation specifically.
Oh my gosh, this is so cute.
Yeah, I just get too excited about these things. Aren't they? Isn't it cute?
That is adorable.
And now these are done. So we throw those away. All done. But I mean, unless you have other questions, I mean, there's just so many things that you can do. Oh, and here's another one. I want to show you this too. I had this left over from the Aprons.
Is that the ice cream that would have been all over my car had you not reminded me?
Yes, and I got off track because you had to leave, and then I changed what I needed to say. So I wanted to make this. Now I'm going to make it for you, Angela, because I know I'm going to be seeing you soon. And I'm going to make you a mug. Okay, we have to clean it first. Remember always to clean your fingerprints off. I knew I had that out here for a reason.
That's a good tip about wiping it down. I wouldn't have even thought about that.
Well, it's in the directions.
Oh.
I have this new habit now of reading directions and following the directions. It's working out really well. Okay, so we're going to put this on here. And we're going to tape it. See, the handle is going to stick out. So we want to tape it around the handle. Come on. Static electricity is getting in here. Here we go. Tape it down nice and tight. Excuse me. Now we're going to have to loosen this up again. And again, this is just how this one works. They're not all going to work the same. They tell you to test it first, stick it in there before it gets hot. I'm not doing that. Just sticking it in. Okay. All right. Make sure you don't break the handle. There's probably some fancy ones that have like dials, with numbers that you can preset. I don't know. This is fine for me. I can't wait to try shot glasses. When my kids were little, when we went on vacation, we we would let each of them select a little shot glass as their souvenir. And they didn't know that they were shot glasses. They thought they were egg holders because they liked soft-boiled eggs. So we would say, go pick out an egg cup.
So wait a minute. Did you make, we call them egg in the holes? Is that what you make?
Yeah.
For the bread?
No, we called it dipping eggs. Oops. We called it dipping eggs. It was a soft-boiled egg. We put in the cup and then take the top off and kind of cut it up inside the shell. And then we make toast. Excuse me, and cut the toast in strips so they could dip the toast into the egg.
Oh, that's a good idea. We actually make egg in the holes with shot glasses where you have a big piece of bread or a thicker piece of bread and use the shot glass to make the hole, and that's where you put the egg.
Oh, that's a good idea.
No, we're all going to be hungry after today. Eggs, ice cream, and now a coffee mug.
I always wonder what the people in the souvenir shops thought, that we come in there with 4 little kids and they all get to choose a shot glass. You know? Like, what's wrong with these people?
They need to rename it. It's for eggs, guys. It's for eggs.
Yeah, it's an egg cup. And then my mom was babysitting. She said, I don't know what they want. They want rolling hot dogs and they want dipping eggs. She said, I don't know what they want.
Or ice cream.
Or ice cream. That's always a good one. Or have pizza on the floor, you know. Sit on the floor and have a pizza picnic. So this is almost done, Angela. Minute 30. Are there any other questions? I know there's you don't know what you don't know yet because there's so many things that you can do.
I know. By the way, you do have quite a few comments. Gwen and Diamond Crystal, I love that name. They both said, thank you so much for having this because it teaches them how to use what they just bought. Oh, and then Zena said she needs a sublimation printer. Yeah, Zena, you will love it with your bags and stuff.
Yes, and this is so fun. I love that we can put this on, all this other fabric. We can put it on anything that's at least 70% polyester.
Yeah,
and it's just way too much fun. And with the app, and you can draw your own stuff. You can do your own drawings. It's just been a lot of fun. So kind of how it works is when it prints on this special sublimation paper that comes with the Brother printer, you put it in there, and it's a special paper and special ink that when you heat press it, it turns the ink into a gas and it bonds it onto the fabric. So instead of putting like a heat transfer vinyl where it's hard, or a paint-ish, like a silk screen finish where it's going to be, you can feel it, this still feels like the original fabric. And like on here, you can't feel it. It just feels like this is the way that the thing was painted.
Before Brother came out with this printer, maybe a couple years ago, I was thinking I would love to have this to design fabric, like what you're talking about.
Yes.
But something like that was thousands and thousands of dollars. So, I mean, I was doing head flips upside down, backwards, so excited when they came out with this. And the price range is so good. And so, I mean, it makes it reasonable that someone, like anybody that wants to make this for gifts, they don't have to run a business, but they could if they wanted to. But just think of all the custom gifts you can make.
Oh my gosh, my head is spinning. Every time I come in here, my head just starts spinning. It's like, oh, what can I do next? Who can I make something for now?
It's like we need more friends. We need more friends.
We do, definitely. Okay, Angela, let's see.
What's the big reveal? Oh, Deborah, that's a good idea. She said she used to get shots for water and juice. That's a great idea. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is adorable. And that is exactly, I didn't bring it up here because there's brands all over them, but if you saw what the ice cream looked like going back into the freezer, yeah. And unfortunately, it's in my husband's car. So maybe I should get him that hot coffee mug before I clean it up.
Here, I'll just finish up this little guy here. Stick this little bottom on that came with it.
That is, I agree, Mary Lou. That is so cute. I love it. Look at all those projects that you just did today. All of them.
I just love it. I keep telling my son, send me some more pictures. Send me some more pictures. But just remember, clean it off with alcohol if it's a hard surface. At least 70% polyester. 100% polyester does better. When you're doing your searches, make sure that you search for sublimation blanks, and then you read the fabric content, because sometimes you'll say a sublimation blank white t-shirt, and it'll be half of them will be polyester, half will be 100% cotton. So be sure that you read the fabric content. It's not going to work on cotton, unfortunately. But yeah, there's so many things you can do. The app is fabulous. There's tons of stuff in there. You can edit things. You can change the fonts. You can change the colors, as I did here. There's even a thing, you can't really see it here, but the inside of the type is black, and then there's a red outline around it. So I'll take it off. Maybe you can see better.
Oh, that's so cute. I sparkle when I barkle. Hey, Kim, now that you have that cup done, Susie wants to know, can you add to it once you've done that? Or,
yes.
I mean,
yeah. So,
you can?
So on this one, this was a mistake, and I didn't have it in long enough or enough pressure or something. So the original design that was on here was so faint, but I kept it anyway as a tester so I can try things out. So then I did this mermaid over the top of it. Yeah, it's fine.
That's good to know, because if you did maybe a picture and then a little bit later you're thinking, I should have added some text to that. Yep. I'm gonna have to ask you for one of your really cute phrases, because you always have the cutest phrases, for the ice cream, because that one is definitely going on my to-do list.
Well, you can find that online too. Just do funny ice cream quotes.
Oh yeah, I have a feeling.
I'm not that clever. I have to look them up, I borrow them.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I see somebody saying that this, once you start going down all these different creative avenues, so you've got the printer, and you can add so much to it. You can keep it just simple the way it is, or you can keep adding different presses and different sublimation. I would have never thought about that glass. I love that. The glass cutting board.
Well, somewhere I heard, you can sublimate on glass, and it's like, what? So that's why I searched that glass. I think I did glass cutting board or sublimation on glass, and it came up. And I mean, our personal cutting board with the reindeer and my husband and the breath, because it was at night and there was a light behind them. So it was like the perfect picture. I was in the sled next to him, and I looked over. It's like, this is the perfect picture. And it was just amazing. I just loved it. So that was a very nice memory of that vacation. And it looks like it's under glass, and we were in Lapland, so it was very cold. It was very appropriate. Very nice. That was the first thing I sublimated. It was amazing.
Susie says, thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing your ideas. I don't think we have. Let me see if there's any more. Oh, yeah. Diamond Crystal has one more question. When purchasing a sublimation ready t-shirts for personal use, should you wash them to make sure the print will end up where you want it in case there's shrinkage? Well, if you have a polyester shirt, they won't shrink. But if it has cotton, then it will a little.
Yeah, I would say don't bother if it's it has to be polyester for sublimation. So don't bother with it.
Yeah.
Well, unless you get it from, if it smells bad, I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't bother. It's not going to shrink.
Right. I have a bunch of fishing shirts. We've got a big fishing tournament coming up in a couple weeks, our annual, 1 week of getting up early, fishing every day. And my goal is to get these shirts done next week for the guys that say win an angel on them. I love that snake, or it looks like snake skin, but it's fish skin. I love that. That would be really cool. And we just caught a big fish a couple days ago. I need to put those on some mugs. I need to instead of watching, get motivated and do it.
And Angela, it's so fast. Like you can take a picture from your phone, like some guy at the tournament, you know, catches a great fish, take that home that night, print it on the front of his little shirt with his, you know, daily winner thing, and give it to him the next morning. It'll blow him away.
That would really blow him away. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying thank you, thank you. I don't see any other. Oh, wait, one more question. Mary Lou said, if you have a shirt that has some cotton in it, didn't you say you need at least 70% poly, if not more?
That was my understanding, at least 70% polyester. I haven't tried it on anything other than 100% polyester, but I know that there's ways you can do it, but I haven't done it the other way where there's a spray or something that you can spray on and let it dry. And but I don't have experience with that at all. So yeah, at least 70% is kind of.
I haven't tried that either. I've heard a few different things, and if you guys do some searching on the internet, you'll probably see some other techniques that we haven't tried yet, but you know, you never know. We keep adding to it though, because you know us, we like to experiment.
Yeah, we kind of push it.
Push it to the limit. Oh, well, this has been a great show. Down below, you'll see scrolling brothersews.com. Don't forget, they have two blogs, the crafting blog, which we're on today, the crafting side, and they also have the sewing side. So whatever your flavor is, and if you like these videos, go to Brother Sews or Brother Crafts YouTube channel. You can binge watch. This is episode number 400 something, 442. You can binge watch for a long, long, long time. And if you're looking for a certain topic, just search under there. And I'm adding next month's calendar. It's July, so I guess I better get on it. July's calendar to angelawolf.com. And I'm also adding everyone's name. So if you want to go back and see Kim's episodes, you can just punch Kim in the calendar and it will bring up her old episodes. Now, I only started in 2024, so we've got 4 more years that you have to go search on your own. But this is so much fun. So everyone's saying thank you, thank you. This has been so much fun. And Kim, thank you for saving my car, my husband's car. I cannot believe I got back with the ice cream and the groceries and just went in the house and started getting ready for the show. There you go.
Can I tell you one little gross story about that?
Oh, no. Please tell me I don't have to buy a new car.
No. But my friend almost did. My friend up at Put-in Bay, up in the island in Lake Erie, her husband was a paramedic and a police officer. They went in the winter, like in February, they went to the airport to pick up their meat that they got from the butcher because you have to fill your freezers. So they loaded up their car full of all this packaged, beef. It was all over the car. So they got it almost undone. And then her husband gets an emergency call. So they hurry up and finish up, and he leaves, and he goes to his emergency call using the car that the meat was packed in. And he comes back, they have life. And in June, the car starts to smell bad. And they started finding little packages of meat that they didn't get out when that emergency call. Yeah, it was bad.
Well, I can tell you, milk in a car is awful. I will never forget a vehicle that my husband had many, many years ago when we first met, and the gallon of milk spilled in the back. Never got rid of that smell. So I think I'm going to go back out right after this and double check that I wiped it all up real quick, but I just have to thank you. Well, I'll keep you guys tuned on that, how it went. Just don't tell him. Maybe he won't notice.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. Well, everyone, have a great 4th. This is going to be an awesome week. Our next live show on Brother is next Tuesday. See you then at noon. And Kim, in the meantime, I want to keep track of that dog and that really cool toy that you made, because I think you've invented something that is a lot more proof than the little things I've been buying at the store.
I thought he would join us. I don't know what I'm a little worried. He's a 4-month-old standard puppy. He's big, and I don't know what he's doing up there all by himself. So I'm a little worried about him. He's kind of quiet.
Kind of quiet.
Yeah.
All right, Kim. Thanks so much.
Everybody be safe.
Thanks for letting us take over your page. Everyone have a great July 4th, and we'll see you next week. Bye.